Hello everyone, welcome to Madhu Tech Hub YouTube channel. నేను మీ మధుకర్. ఈరోజు సెషన్లో how to write the first TypeScript program and how we can go for the execution. This concept we are going to discuss. అయితే first, how to set up the TypeScript configuration in our system. Already in last video in detail I explained it. Let me explain once again briefly on that concept. TypeScript configuration. So first step, what we have to do, step 1, download and install VS Code editor. Then step 2, what we have to do, again we have to download and install Node.js to get the npm node package manager, then npx to execute the packages. Step 3, create project folder in VS Code editor. Let me show it is. I'm going to open the VS Code editor. Go to the file menu, open folder, file menu, open folder. I select desktop, new folder, TS project 01. Select the folder, click on select folder. A new project folder is created. Now, step 4, what I need to do, register the project. This project I want to register it. How to register here? Go to the view menu. There is a terminal, view menu, terminal. Write the command here, npm init space -y to register the Node.js project. That's a Node.js project we are registering it is. What is the command I need to use here? Npm init y it is. Then step 5, install TypeScript. What I want to do? So I want to install the TypeScript. What is the command for that? So npm install space -g globally. What do you want to install? TypeScript. This is the command. Again, if I go for the VS Code editor, same terminal, I will close this chart section, a welcome section also. Right. Here I am going to use the command here, npm install globally to access any project TypeScript. Click on enter. Okay, and now the last step, which is an optional, let's see, step 6, create TypeScript configuration dot JSON file. What is the purpose here? To set the TypeScript compiler settings. Okay, for a project. To set the TypeScript compiler settings for a project, we have to go for the tsconfig. So JSON file. What is the command for that? TypeScript compiler space hyphen hyphen init. So the step 6 is optional at this moment, no? But you can do it TypeScript compiler space hyphen hyphen init. See what is the package.json we got once I registered the project. Now I want to compile settings. So I can go for the TypeScript compiler space hyphen hyphen init. Click on enter. See my TypeScript config.json we got it is. Okay. Now this is the TypeScript configuration setup it is. So still if you have any doubt on that, try to watch the previous video. Detailed way I explain it is step by step. Now in this session, what is our agenda here? How to write the first TypeScript program and how we can go for the execution. How we can go for the execution. Generally, first, writing first TypeScript program. TypeScript almost similar to the JavaScript only. See, even though you don't have the JavaScript knowledge, I will go and explain in detail way coming videos, TypeScript, but don't worry. Okay, now I want to write one first TypeScript program it is. So in this project, there's a file icon is there. Go to the file, new file, use some name, sample test. But extension should be .ts. Extension should be .ts. We have to give sample test.ts. Click on enter. This is the editor section where you can write the program. Now, simple program writing here to display some message. So, console.log, console.log. So, learning TypeScript for what? Playwright. Playwright to 2. That is the message I want to display. Console.log learning TypeScript for Playwright 2. After writing, you have to save it. Go to file menu, save. Okay. This is the way how we can write the TypeScript. The file extension should be .tsv. So you can write here. Okay. After writing here, how to execute. So now the execution can be taken two ways. So what are the two possible ways to execute the TypeScript file? Method one is compile TypeScript file and execute JavaScript file. That means whenever you compile the .ts file, that is TypeScript file, it will create the .js file, JavaScript file that we can execute. Or other possibility, execute TypeScript directly by using TS node, TypeScript node. First approach I will show. Compile TypeScript file and execute JavaScript file. Now, see my here. Compile TypeScript file using TypeScript compiler. How to do it is, what is the command here generally? TypeScript compiler file name .ts. But see my here, I will going to get the new terminal I opened here. I already saved file. Now I will go for the command like TypeScript compiler space. Then I go for the file name here sample test.ts. Right? Say sample test.ts. See what happens here. It is throwing some error for us. Sir, why this error is getting? Because if you observe already, we set the latest version. This is the issue we are going to get. Already, we set the what is that? TS config JSON file is there. Project level configuration already we set compiler settings, TypeScript compiler settings. Because of that, this concept is not working for that. So no need to delete it is what we can do here. No, this one. So I want to ignore it is. How to ignore it is saying that you can go for the hyphen ignore config. You have to write it is along with the file name. Now default settings whichever I given configure settings for the project I want to ignore. Then what I can do here just default settings. Okay. Now see what I'm TypeScript compiler sample test.ts space hyphen ignore config config. So which file is there here? Sample.ts is there. Now see if I go for the enter, nothing is going to display for us. No error is getting now. But you can see sample test.js is available. Now you know the how to run the this file through command, not from the code runner. It is how we can go for that node. What is the file name now? Sample test. Which extension we have to use? JavaScript extension. There is the file. Okay. There's a message I want to display. See, click on enter. Okay, understand my here. The flow, what happens here? So sample test.ts using TypeScript compiler, we're going to compile this file. When you compile, you will get this JavaScript file it creates. That file you can able to execute is the node sample test.js. Okay, because TypeScript directly browser JavaScript browser will execute. Outside the browser means Node.js is required for us. But TypeScript not like that. Browser is not going to execute and Node.js also not able to execute. First TypeScript code. So we have to convert into the JavaScript code by doing the compile. Then JavaScript file we can able to execute. That's the first approach. So it is a lengthy. Directly I want to execute TypeScript. How I can do it is yes. That is also possibility is there. Directly you want to execute the TypeScript file. Execute TypeScript file directly using the TS node. So we have to install the TS node. TS node is a tool that allows us to execute TypeScript file directly without manually comparing them into JavaScript.js file. So what is the command for that? Sima here, npm space install npm install globally G I can use ts node. That is sufficient. So globally you want to install. Click on enter. Now, already project settings are available, compile settings are available, it is there. Okay, if not there, what you have to do? Again, you have to set the config. How to set it is, so TypeScript compiler hyphen init, which is already done it is. If not there, you have to do it is already existing. Now, so we install the TS also. Now what we have to do, we have to run this file. The simple way it is npx ts npx ts hyphen node. What is the file name we have? Sample test. TS file I want to execute. .ts. .ts. Click on enter. See, you got the output. Once the setup is completed, just you can go for this command npx ts node your file. It will go for the execution. Okay, so two methods. Okay, is clear. So next we are going to discuss in next video we are going to discuss about the variable declaration, constant. Those concepts are going to discuss. Hope this video is helpful to you. So please like, share the video and try to subscribe my channel for further videos. Thank you everyone. See you in the next video. Bye.